the bane of my life. I forgot to tell you the big news. This is it, people, the last ever combining on our farm. Dad's just taken the header trolley down the field. I have been left in charge of getting the combine out of the shed. Now, some smart ass decided to put the wrapper in front of the combine, and that smart ass was me. So we've got to move the wrapper out, and then I should be able to back the combine out this door. Just hoping and praying that the combine starts now, because when we dumped her in that corner there, she didn't start because she was just here at that point. But we put a new battery on it because the battery was just knackered. Got everything crossed that that was what the problem was. Look at that, lovely stuff. Now I've just got to back her out the corner of this shed, and I am on my own a bit because Dad isn't here. So this could be a little bit of a nightmare. The last thing I want to do is knock a wall down, then I'll be popular. Oh, she's tight. Oh, this gateway is narrow. I've always hated this gateway. Breathe in, girl, breathe in. Up with the lids. We have to do it manually on this one. None of that hydraulic rubbish. Gear shaft on. Got to come under here and set the sieves up. My trusty little bit of tape measure. Look at that. Back one wants to be 16. There. Top one wants to be 15. Dad's bought a couple of trailers out with the telehandler. To be honest with you, the barley we got to do is about 15 acres-ish. Well, it was 15 acres when we drilled it, but actually about, I don't know, 12 actually came up. And what did come up is not special. So it's not going to be any world record crop, this. I promise you that. But that said, in comparison to the other, I don't know, 170, 80 acres that we drilled, this is actually really good. Right, here we go. Prepare ourselves for incessant beeping. God's sake. Hear that clicking? That's the slip clutch going down on the straw walkers, because the straw walkers are on wooden blocks. Anyone knows anything about wooden blocks, they swell in the winter when it gets damp. So it's obviously been quite a wet year this year, we've not had any dry. So I've got to try and get them polished up before they'll run. There we go. One more click and away they go. Drum speed about right, fan speed, perhaps wants putting up and down a little bit. Right, moment of truth. Yeah boy, let's do this. Anyway, back to my story. The reason why this is our last ever harvest is because the crops were so bad last year and so many of them got wiped out. We've been umming and ahhing for a long time about actually continuing arable farming because we don't particularly enjoy it. And that complete washout of a winter that just destroyed all of our crops and quite a lot of other people's crops as well, to be honest, was just the straw that broke the camel's back, and that was it. We were like, we're done, we're not carrying on. So here we are, last harvest, and as you can see, it's not exactly going to break many pots. You can see here this huge patch that runs through the middle, and this used to be a bit of a brook line. I've mentioned it before, but it just flooded out. There were streams of water running down there through the winter. So this whole field got sprayed off a few weeks ago now, and I just came in and topped it because this bit was just that much crap. There was nothing growing in it. We're just trying to get it out of the way. In other news though, look at that herbal lay growing in there. Yeah boy! Dad's gone to get the baler. He's going to chase up behind me, and if all goes to plan, we should have this done and dusted by the end of play today. Thinking about it, I shouldn't have said that. That's tempting fate, isn't it? Oh God, what have I done? Oh, you bugger, this one close. Come check this out. Not one, but two huge stones. Look at that. Wedged herself in there. Ooh. To be honest, I forgot this field hasn't been rolled, and this combine's got like an active float. But I might just need to lift it up a little bit because I have to keep getting them stones on the bed. That's the one problem with barley as well. You have to have your sails down in the crop to gather it in. Wheat will fall on, but barley doesn't. So if you're not careful, you're just dragging them stones straight into the machine, and they ain't gonna do you any good. They just do a lot of damage. Honestly, I spoke too soon. Had to come back in the yard because broke the chain. Stone's gone up the front, and you see one of these butterfly links here? That's what holds the elevator bars on. And we snapped the one that sits in the middle there. I've had to order a new one because they haven't got any in stock. So, if I'm honest, I am so annoyed right now. Oh, I'm just so, oh. Literally only about half of it left, and it was running a dream. It's always bloody something. We're back in action. Dad got the bit, put it on for us, and now we are ready to rock and roll and hopefully, fingers crossed, get back to it. If you wondered why I'm reversing, it's not some trickery. I have to go backwards down the back gangway or else I can't actually get around the end because the back of the combine swings out. Just kind of hoping now we don't have too much more going wrong and we'll soon get this done. To be honest, a good couple hours combining, it'd all be over. And here's for the moment of truth. Let's hope she's running right. Before that breakdown, I was almost starting to think I was going to miss driving this thing, but actually it turned out to be a very timely reminder of exactly why I will not. Because I will most definitely not miss the tons of chaff down my neck, and the dust, and the itching, and all the horrible stuff that comes along with having to fix a combine. I think if I'm going to go and get my combine fixed from now on, I'm just going to go and do it on someone else's combine. Because when it breaks down, it just ain't my problem. Oh God, come here, check this out. The bane of my life. Balloons. Oh my God. It still bloody amazes me how many of these things we find everywhere. Now I feel like I don't need to tell anybody who watches this channel to not let their balloons go. Oh my God, that's wet, it's all gone down my arm. But if you are watching this and you are the kind of person who loves to let a balloon off, just stop. Just please stop. The amount of balloons that I find just when we're around the farm or we're silaging, picking them out of troughs, oh, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous, and I swear it's getting worse. I am sure now that no child is sat there going, when I reach 100, I cannot wait for my helium balloon. Because let's be honest, we as a human race cannot be trusted with disposing of anything responsibly. So let's just have an amnesty on the balloons, please. Actually, in all fairness, Chinese lanterns ain't much of a thing anymore. You don't see many of them about. That's no reason to go and buy one though. Here's a great rule of thumb. Let's just stop releasing anything that we don't know where it's going to end up. And I'm not just talking about balloons, boys. If we all just did that, the world would be a much better place. That's it, rant over. I'm done. Oh, here we go. The moment has come. Our last ever bit of combining. What a moment. There we have it. Over. Honestly, I've been thinking about that the whole time I've been combining. And I thought I'd feel a bit sadder than I do. It's a bit of a bittersweet moment, I guess, because it's like the end of one era, but it's also the beginning of another, right? Isn't it? So, yeah, onwards and upwards. You know what, too? I've got so caught up in combining, I forgot to tell you the big news. And honestly, you won't believe this, because I don't. I have somehow managed to blag a shortlist nomination for Beef Farmer of the Year at the British Farming Awards and for Grassland Farmer of the Year at the British Farming Awards. How did that even happen? Honestly, I know. You're as shocked as I am. Dad's turned up and he's now finishing baling that straw. He hasn't got much left and he'll soon be done. We've had a fair bit on it, considering it was so poor. We've done about, I don't know, 25 tonne, which, yeah, considering only about, there's 15-acre patch, but 12 acres-ish of actual corn, and it was poor. We didn't really put much fert or anything on it, so yeah, I'd say that's not too shabby, really. Oh, here's something for you, talking about Grassland Farm of the Year. You know, the other week I was talking about natural seed bank in the soil. Look at this. See all this? All this clover covers the whole patch just here. Now, this part of the field was actually a stewardship margin. Now, it's not in stewardship anymore, and it's going to go into herbal lay with the rest of the field, but this has never, ever, ever, ever had any clover in it. And just look at all the green. All that green is clover, apart from that green. That's the combine. And that's all just natural seed out of the soil. Isn't that mental? Anyway, put this girl back in the shed, and then we'll clean her down and blow her off another day. Ugh, got to get rid of that muck at some point. Look how much muck is in there still. Jesus, what a job that's going to be. Well, there it is. It's been emotional, girl. It's been a bloody roller coaster, but it's been emotional. I'll go and get the tractor and put the wrapper, the wrapper's there, stick the wrapper in, go and get the trailer, and we'll be all sorted. Look what I said about balloons. It's like New Year's Eve, you can't move for the bloody things around here. Right, job done. I reckon I've earned a cup of tea, or at least half of one. The next big job we've got on is moving straw. And by God, have we got some straw to move. So we've got a lot of straw that we bought off our neighbours, and they are due to start combining any day. Anyway, we can talk about that a little bit more when we get around to it. But for now, arable farming. Completed it, mate. Ta-da.